So this video post is about chatbots, right? Bots in general. There is a lot of opportunity everywhere to automate things so that it's a customer order status inquiry or some kind of help that the customer needs. All that can be provided in the form of bots, right? So this was actually back in 2000. I got a chance to go to Europe on a business trip. And I wanted to, obviously it's my first time going to Europe, and I wanted to, do as much photography as possible, and I was looking for a camera. And I found this, camera called Canon EOS Rebel 2000, I think, was the best camera, and I wanted to buy that. And I wanted to find out, which vendor or online retailer had the best deal. So I found this bot called mysimon.com. And in this mysimon.com, all you have to do is go and tell, hey, find me the best deal for Canon EOS Rebel 2000 camera. And it went and listed all the e-tailers that had the camera and offered the best price. I mean, at the time it was a big deal. This was almost 20 years ago, 2000, right? I mean, now you can just go to Google and then see the best price. That's pretty straightforward. But back then it was a big deal. There was no other bot that did something as cool as this. So I was all excited, and I found the best e-tailer, and then placed an order, and then got the camera, and then had a blast with it. So that was the at least in my mind, that's where the bot started, or that's where I ran into these bots for the first time. And now what's happening is, right? I mean, we are doing so much texting with our devices, right? And we are getting responses, and we talk to humans, and sometimes we text customer support numbers and things like that. There is a lot of opportunity to, and you don't even know who is responding. It might be some really smart AI-based program that's disguising itself as a human and responding in a human-like manner, right? So imagine if you can deploy something like that in supply chain, right? I mean, I think one area where I would right away find an application is this, providing the performance statistics on a daily basis to all these operators that work in the DC. Because I've seen all the time these operators, these pickers especially, they're so interested in learning, how they're performing in terms of their numbers and how much incentive they're going to get. Did they beat the numbers? They make the numbers. So it's constant, every time they get a break, I see them talking to their supervisor and ask them, hey, what does my number look like? So if you can give them a, chatbot wherein they can just, punch in the number or their employee number or something, and then get their performance metric for that day, that'll be an awesome tool to deploy, because these warehouse managers don't have to keep answering those questions. And also the systems that they use are not very sophisticated, and they have to constantly go back and forth and things like that. All that can be avoided. So this is one application right away where chatbots would add immense value in a distribution center scenario, right? So similarly, I mean, if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense, because everybody is texting, and that's something that we very naturally do, and everybody has mobile devices, and that's something and it's all very, very simple text-based communication. There is no whole lot of complicated UI involved, and it's straight to the point. You're not hey, how's it going? How was your week? You're not doing anything formal. It's straight to the point, and it's very crisp and very brief, and works very fast, and it's all text. So not so much. I mean, graphics is there, but unless you send pictures, there is no graphics, right? So it's a really great tool that would find that would be offer a lot of value in the supply chain ecosystem, right? So that's something to think about for your organization. If you're planning to deploy some kind of a tool like this, it would make sense to think about, hey, what if we deploy chatbot for this, right? So yeah, please let us know what you think about this video, and thank you for taking the time to watch it.